to AM Live. I'm Monique Graziadei, and I have the great pleasure of having Pastor George Stathos on our show today.
Thank you.
So nice to have you on the show
Pleasure.
and finally meet you in person.
Yes, thank you. Love being here.
Yeah, wonderful. I remember you from Calvary Chapel there in Pine Grove, and I know that your son's now pastoring that church, which is fabulous. It's actually
thank you for
my
that.
favorite church. It's wonderful. My daughter and I attend there too whenever we're here in town on the weekends. A lot of times we're gone, but whenever we're here, we really, really enjoy it.
I'm so glad.
And then I also understand that you're now with hospice. You're chaplain at hospice.
I am working with hospice, and what a team to work with.
Yeah.
Extraordinary people, and a great heart, filled with compassion for people at the end of their life. Yeah, that's been really fun.
Tell me a little bit about what you do there.
Well, as a chaplain, I provide emotional, spiritual care. So if a patient needs a chaplain, if they just need someone to talk to, I'm sent out to spend some time with them. So a lot of times it depends on their faith tradition. You know, we're multi-faith driven. So, but if they have a desire or a ritual or tradition, we try to bring it to them, try to encourage them, share with them, listen to their needs, and try to meet them, whatever they might be, emotionally or spiritually, and build just great relationships.
Exactly.
You know,
and you're there with the families, 'cause usually family is there with the patients. Hopefully.
Oftentimes they are. Yeah, they are, and they love hospice. The families do love hospice. In fact, most of the people I talked to, they said if we knew it was like this, we would have done it even earlier. You know, so yeah. So it's a great organization. We've got some great professional people that just love people, and I just love being a part of it. And I think it's an extension of my ministry as pastoring. I was pastoring here for 25 years at Calvary Chapel, and came to the place that I thought it's just time for a younger guy, and ended up being my son, which I'm really honored.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So,
great guy. And his wife, Angel.
Angel is
what a beautiful
incredible.
lady she is, inside and out.
I am gifted to have such a wonderful daughter-in-law. Plus, she's given me 4 grandkids, too, so that's pretty
that's
special.
pretty good.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah. So that's kind of what's been going on in our life, and been enjoying it, really been enjoying it, and been helping another church in Thomas. Years ago, we sent out a young man about my son's age, started a church there, and so I'm with them on Sundays. And
what's the name of that church?
It's called Calvary Chapel in Thomas.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah, and so I'm hoping in time that we'll be able to be back here. We're living here, and just support my son. So,
Right.
yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Wonderful. You know, I'm a big fan of hospice, too. Hospice
I'm
was
glad.
part of our lives when my mom passed away. It'll be 2 Thanksgivings ago. This will be the second one that she's gone. But hospice was so important to us, and they took all of my problems away. I'll honestly say I didn't have to worry about a thing. Short meeting, and when I got home, hospital bed was there, medications, oxygen, everything I could have thought of, plus 10 times more, you know. And then the phone support was excellent. Every time I had a question, they picked up right away. They just were seamless. I mean, everything
Seamless,
ran
I like that.
perfectly.
I like that.
And it was probably the best experience that I could have ever imagined. And so I'm a big fan of hospice. I love their fundraisers. I love to support them. And they're so lucky to have you.
Well, I don't know
really
about that.
Yes.
I'm honored to be a part of the team. I really am. It's great. So I'm glad that you had a good experience with hospice. Good.
Excellent. And,
Good.
you know, like you had said, it's something that if you've never dealt with that type of experience before, you don't know what to expect. And then once you are into, you know, experience where hospice is part of the family life, it's something where you just go, wow, you know, this is so much easier. I wish I would have known it was that easy. I wish I would have known that all the support was here. And it just made, you know, the rest of her days so smooth and so carefree for me.
Well, I'm so glad.
I was her caregiver, and so it was really easy for me.
Yeah, that's really good. You know, for me, when I meet with people, I say, I just can't fix them. I wish I could, but I can walk with them, you know, and I think that's what hospice does. We're on a journey with the patient and the family, you know, to make the death a good death, you know. Yeah.
And he makes the best out of every possible moment that you can.
Yeah, it's a really difficult time. So you need support, and you need encouragement, and you need some help. Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, you're on the best team here.
I feel like it. I feel like it.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Well, what else we have going on here? Something about the summer series at Silver Lake Chapel?
Love it.
Well, how are you involved in that?
Well, I've been speaking there, I don't know for how many years now. Fred and Norma Clunial. They've invited me for years and years, and it is an spiritual experience there. I mean, it really is. You know how breathtaking it is. The beauty's unsurpassed. The chapel, sits really close to the water, nestled by the water, and then there's just a big picture window that looks out into the vista, the lake and the mountains and stuff like that.
If you weren't a believer in God, you look through that window and see that view, and it will make you a
The
believer.
view is overwhelming. In Psalms 19, it says that the heavens declare the glory of God, and the skies really kind of explain God's handiwork. And so there you are, beginning, if you want to just contemplate spiritual things, it's so easy to be able to get in that spirit in that area there.
I agree.
And then we sing, we share the word, and then we always close with "How great Thou art."
I remember that. Yes.
And
you're
that
right.
surrounding, it's there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
such a close feeling too. It doesn't really matter which pastor is speaking, because I
No,
know
not at all.
it's always a different one.
Yeah, it is.
But I think it's neat how they tie it together with "How great Thy are" at the
Yeah.
end, and so it feels like there's some sort of kind of repetitiveness or ritual. Yet each pastor has such a different way of speaking.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that affords some of the campers there too that opportunity to hear from different perspectives and different denominations. It's a great family. I mean, some of the people have been attending that service for 30, 40, 50, 60 years. I mean, it is part of their faith tradition, and it affords the campers an opportunity to worship while they're away from their own church, which is really great too.
And there's a lot of summer homes and regular summer campers up at Silver Lake that look forward to the church services that are there. Last summer, I think it was summer before, I spent a lot of time camping up at Silver Lake, and
Really?
my favorite
I love
part
it.
was Sunday.
Oh, I'm so glad.
It was awesome. Had a lot of fun with friends and that type of thing. But Sunday was really, the key for me. So we have on August 3rd coming up, first the 27th of July, Reverend Rod Landreth, Community Church in Railroad Flat. And then after that, Tom Wenderlin, Reverend at United Methodist Church of Amador. August 3rd is also the 41st anniversary of Sunday, so that's a potluck.
It is a potluck.
And it goes on and on in there. So we can get information on this schedule at 223-1540. And we need to just go move over real quick, but I want to thank you for being on our
pleasure.
show. It's been such a pleasure. Did the time go by so fast?
It went by quick.
Anything else you want to say before we head off?
No. I just think if people have never had experience like that, they need to get up there and experience that.
I agree.
Okay?
Get out there, go to Silver Lake Chapel. We'll be right back.